I wanted to talk a little bit about recognition. Spirit has been communicating to me quite a bit about recognition. It was such a beautiful message that came through as far as how we seek recognition. And I notice this with a lot of people that I work with, and also personally in my own life, how there is this deep feeling of needing to be seen. And it's not just seen like looking at me and my physical body, it's actually needing people to hear us on a deep level, to really see us, to understand us. You may have experienced this feeling with a spiritual teacher or a mentor or even a friend or family member or somebody that you love very deeply. When they look at you and you're speaking to them, how they look at you. They look at you with love in their eyes, in their heart, just really open to receive you without judgment. And they see you, they see the beauty in you, regardless of what you're talking about. You could be complaining about something horrible that happened to you, and they just open up and look at you as if you're beautiful and what you're saying has meaning and is important to hear. And that gives you space to just be yourself and be recognized. What is even more interesting about the messages coming in is how we rarely recognize ourselves. So, we seek recognition from the people around us. It could be coworkers, it could be in relationships, it could be friendships, family. We have this deep need to be recognized. And when we're not recognized or really seen for who we are, we can become very, very lonely. You could be surrounded by people. You can have a very active social life. It's in those moments when you're by yourself, all of a sudden there's this deep loneliness. And I can attest to this because this is something that before integrating spirit into my life, I encountered constantly. And it made no sense to me. How can I be so lonely that I could lay in bed for days with a feeling of just, nobody gets at me, nobody connects to me, I'm not connecting to this world, I'm not connecting to other people. They only see what they want to see. They're not really seeing me or hearing me or loving the true me. They're just loving what they want to love. This was the feeling that came in with loneliness. I was looking to be recognized. What happens when spirit comes into your life and you start working deeply with spirit, you start to look inward a lot and at yourself and what is in you that makes you feel and react and respond to the world around you. It's a beautiful thing that this is becoming sort of common knowledge in the world. People are looking more at their subconscious actions. What happened in their life and with their family? What did they learn? What is in their mind that they can shift and they can change? But what is also in your energy? What is also in your self, in the sense of your self-love? When you recognize yourself, other people naturally begin to recognize you because you begin to express yourself in a way that is truly you. You no longer are expressing yourself in a way that is feeling what that person wants to hear or see or what they might need from you and expressing that and then holding back a part of you because they're not going to understand or they may get upset or it may cause some feeling, or you have a fear of, if I truly express myself, people won't like me, they'll think I'm weird. Whatever might come up, it could be a gamut array of things. My suggestion to you in this is to begin a practice of really recognizing yourself. If you have a daily practice already, it's something you can integrate into your daily practice. It can be very quick, very easy. I will eventually send out a recording to guide you through a meditation to recognize yourself. But it's super simple. Spirit is simple. Spirit always gives guidance that is simple. The hard part is for us to actually apply it. We put up so many blocks around ourselves, holding ourselves back so that we don't let go and grow. Because if we let down all our defenses, who will we be? How will we be protected? The truth is that when you live your life in your true essence and with spirit, you are always protected. You are now protected from the inside out because you are your true you, and nobody can rock that or shift it or shake it or penetrate it. You don't take on anyone else's energy because you're simply you, and you're living you every day, all the time. Every choice you make is in your essence. This may sound self-absorbed in a way, like now I'm just doing everything for me, but it's actually the opposite. You want to be of service for others because you feel the love for yourself, you feel the recognition for yourself, and you see yourself in others. And you see others in you. You can look at somebody who is incredibly angry and know the anger in yourself and know that there's really no difference between the two of you. You're just in your own essence, and they are still responding to other people's energies or identities or emotions from their past, memories, traumas. So a lot of this work is about opening spaces in yourself so that you can let these traumas, these emotions go. So in the morning in your practice, or at some point during the day, you just get into a space, a quiet space where no one's around you, and begin to recognize yourself. Now, although I can give you steps as to what I personally do, the beautiful part of spirit is spirit will work for you. So even if you allow with the intention of, at this moment, I'm going to recognize myself and open up to let spirit, high vibration spirit, work through you, your higher self, your spirit self, you're opening up a space for this guidance to come in. So when you do this with no expectation, you may start to see images, you may have feelings come in, you may have memories. It's a process that unfolds for you. And rather than judging what comes in, it's better to just allow. The more that things come in like a flower, you just open to them. And spirit will begin to speak to you through these messages, through your thoughts, through your feelings, and create a storyline. And you can actually begin to feel your energy shifting. For example, if you find yourself in a sad space or an angry space, or you've just had a really overwhelming day and you're not feeling very joyful, when you sit down and you begin this process of recognizing yourself, you'll feel love begin to grow within you. You'll feel gratitude. You'll feel joy. You'll feel a peace, a presence. It's something that I can't describe because it's unique for each person. And I've heard so many different beautiful, beautiful experiences, the way spirit and someone's spirit self expresses through them when they begin this process. So my personal practice is in the morning, I sit down, or at any point that I might feel less than myself. Somebody hurt my feelings, or I'm just not feeling connected to others, or I feel like I need to build up that self-love within. I close my eyes and I move from my toes and my feet, and I start to feel out my body internally with my feelings, just in my feet, in my knees. Where do I feel any of this sadness? And I know it's hard if you've never done this to say, where do I feel sadness in my body? But you'll notice that you'll get different aches. Your body will speak to you when you have these feelings. And how your body speaks to you will give you messages as well. We hold traumas and memories in our bones, in our joints, in our cells, in our energy. So it's not just energy that we're working in, we're also working with our physical body. And so I go through and I just start to find the spaces. For example, if I land on my knees tell me that this is something that is being triggered from the past, most likely from my family, from my childhood. So as I focus on that space, I just feel an opening there, a recognition. I see you, I acknowledge you, I love you, I'm grateful for you. You're teaching me, you're showing me, you're guiding me. You serve a purpose. and kind of just relaxing and opening to it. This is something that maybe you can let go of. And as you let go of, it doesn't mean that the memories leave or the traumas leave. It means that the emotion that is charged with that feeling, the trigger, leaves. And you can look at it from a place of learning, of growing, of seeing how it developed your character in a beautiful way, in who you are, your compassion, your love. I've noticed people who suffer a lot of trauma as children tend to grow up to be very loving people because they can feel intensely other people's traumas and things that have happened to them. They can understand on a very core level what it means to be hurt by another person. So they tend to overextend themselves to help other people, and in a way it hurts themselves. So they'll help other people without they'll give all of themselves. They'll give money, they'll give time, to the point of exhaustion, to the point of being beyond broke, to the point of really not caring for themselves. So it's kind of this cycle where it's a good person doing good things, but it's not nourishing them. It's not recognizing them and their life. It's not supporting and taking care of them. So in essence, they're continuing to feed that energy of being hurt, of being taken advantage of, even though they may not feel that way as they're giving. I guarantee in the moment that they are exhausted or overwhelmed or don't have somebody there for them when they've been giving to everybody, that they're going to feel really sad or angry or disconnected or something of that nature. So again, moving into parts of your body internally and just giving recognition. I see you. I love you. Thank you. But really feeling it. This is not in your mind. This is in your heart. And let that recognition move into your cells, into every organ, into your heart, into your mind, into your thoughts. I see you. I love you. This may be challenging for some people. It is a big deal if you constantly have thoughts about yourself that are negative and putting yourself down. It may be extremely challenging for you to even whisper inside of yourself, I love you, you're beautiful, I'm grateful for you, you're doing amazing. You might find resistance to doing this process. You might come up with a lot of excuses. You might sit in that moment, and as you're saying, I love you, you're beautiful, have another voice going, this is dumb, you're stupid, this is not right, da 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 da. You have to allow both. This is not about getting angry at yourself. This is not about judging yourself. This is about opening up and accepting who you are in every space. This is not about blaming others. You have to know that when you're in that energetic space, what you send out to others actually affects them in that moment. So it's getting away from the victim space of this has happened to me and I can't get over it and I can't change it and I can't stop it, to doing what you can in that moment and being okay with yourself. So you have a negative thought that comes in that says, this is not going to work. This is never going to work. Or you're not beautiful, or you're not great, or you're not amazing. You got to kind of laugh at that voice and say, I see you and I love you and you're teaching me. That voice is helping you open and grow too. It's in the greatest darkness that we find our light. And I can attest to this in many, many stories from my personal life and people that I've worked with. There's something about the darkness and the suffering where you just, when you really sit down with it and love it, it opens to the light, to spirit, and it grows inside of you like a seed. So moving into every space of yourself and just seeing yourself. And you can do this with eyes open or eyes closed and just, I love you. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. I see you. I see you. I see you. I hear you. This is an important one too, to recognizing yourself. I hear you. Meaning you're opening up a space in yourself to listen to your own intuition, to your own guidance, and to trust yourself. I've met a lot of people who put their trust in others and they lack a deep trust within themselves. So a person like this may constantly say, What do you think about this? 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 And I'm not talking about getting feedback. That's different. This is somebody who really struggles with making their own decisions and making their own choices, and they really just can't. Somebody like this may be a little codependent on others. They may surround themselves with people who are pushy and bossy and even controlling and put them down. So, again, it becomes a cycle that you start to see. I've had moments of this in my life where I felt helpless and hopeless and just thought I'm making all the wrong decisions. And as soon as I started thinking this, I attracted new people into my life, new friends who were extremely bossy and controlling. But in their controllingness, once I started to find my strength and independence again, they would put me down, put me down, put me down. So I was in this cycle of, I love this person and they're great and I want them in my life, and they've helped me tremendously in making choices. But now that I'm back in my power and my strength, they're becoming insecure because they also get something from you or from me. So you start to develop an awareness in recognizing yourself and also recognizing others in how you nourish each other. Do you nourish each other in a way that is loving and accepting and compassionate? Or do you nourish each other in a way that is suffering and negative and feeding each other's traumas and insecurities? And I'm not saying that we all have perfect friends and that we are perfect in all our relationships. Our relationships are always teaching each other. Our relationships are always supporting each other in a way to grow and be better and be more of our true self. And that's what I mean by better, just being more in your true essence, more in your love for self and others and your gratitude, and beginning to create your life from that. When you walk around, you're an energy. You're creating spaces around you to unfold, events to unfold. And I have hundreds of stories of people who have different events happening all the time, but they're always hard events, arguing with people, dramas, so many negative things. Something that should be really simple, like going to the grocery store, going to the gas station, can become a drama or an encounter with people, or people who say I always attract people who are really angry even when I'm walking on the street. These are all messages to you. So as you begin to shift and be in your essence, I've seen these people begin to have magical experiences, beautiful experiences, experiences that were once hard and challenging, they're finding are really easy. It's you send this energy out and it literally creates your reality. So you choose by blaming everybody else and saying you'll never change and not wanting to look within and not wanting to work with spirit and not wanting to work with your spirit self. When you do that, you make a choice to unfold your life in a certain way. When you choose to love and recognize yourself, love and recognize others, you begin to choose a life that is much, much different. Much different. I'm not saying that there are not challenges or obstacles. We're always learning, we're always growing, but you begin to encounter and approach those obstacles in a very, very different way. And the solution of that obstacle becomes a lot easier. No matter how big it is, you will be so surprised at how these things begin to change. So again, my suggestion is to integrate in your practice recognition. Recognize yourself. You are beautiful in your expression. You are meant to be here. You do have purpose that is important. You are connected to everybody. You will receive so much love from this practice because you're opening up the space, just like the doorway, the energetic doorway. You're saying, come in. Come in love. Come in gratitude. Come in opportunities. Come in. I recognize myself. I would love to hear your stories if you integrate this practice. I would love to hear what you see, what you feel, what you notice as you do this in the morning and then go out in your day. I would love to hear your thoughts on anything I talked about, because I don't rehearse, I don't write anything down. This is just me expressing to you things that have come in, and really listening as I'm speaking to you to spirit, so that I can give you the information with openness and love and really authentic. Hope to hear from you soon. Love you all. Big, big hugs and kisses, if I could, through the energy out there. And looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you.